Hey guys, so today I have my 2015 beauty favorites I want to share with you, and I'm also combining my January monthly favorites into this, so I have a ton of stuff I want to talk about, and I just feel like this past year I kind of went crazy trying out all kinds of different beauty products for you, so I have a pretty long list and I want to get through everything. I'm going to try my best not to make this super long, so I'm going to make a separate video for my skincare favorites of 2015 because you guys have been requesting a skincare video, and I have a ton of products I've been loving for skincare as well, so I want to share that with you guys, and I will put that up very soon, so keep an eye out for that. So let's talk about contour palettes and highlighting products because that seems to be the most popular and trending beauty product this past year. So first I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit, and this was my first contour palette. Before this I was just using an individual product for contouring. So this comes with 3 contour shades and 3 highlighting shades. The top middle one was the shade that I use the most for contouring. It's a lighter cool tone brown. I didn't end up using the highlighting shades that much just because they didn't really work that great for me. But the nice thing about this palette is you can pop the individual pans out, so you can take the one that you use the most, or you can get refills for them if you wanted to. And the other one that I have is the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette. This one is my all-time favorite. I've been using this on a daily basis ever since I got it, and this one has replaced my Anastasia one for the fact that I can use all of these shades on my face and they work really well. Her powders are just super silky smooth, so they blend beautifully. The one I use the most for contouring is this one on the end, which is Subconscious, but I do use all of these shades. I just kind of mix them together sometimes. But all of these bottom highlighting shades are matte, which is really nice, and I really like her yellow powder, which is called Lyric. It's just a little bit more creamy and easier to blend compared to the Anastasia one. And then I have 2 other face palettes from Hourglass, and the first one is the Ambient Lighting Palette, and this one comes with 3 of their lighting powders, which is Dim Light, Incandescent Light, and Radiant Light. I really like to mix all of these together and just use it all over my face. Sometimes I will just set my under eyes with this, and these powders just give you a really soft luminous glow, and it's very natural looking. It's not overly sparkly or like really glittery. It just gives you a really pretty glow, and I love their powders, which is why I have 2 of their palettes. The other one is the Ambient Lighting Edit Palette, which is their newer one, and this one comes with 6 different powders. I love this whole palette because it's so easy. It has everything you need all in one, and I love to travel with this. And people had an issue with the size of each of these pans because they said it was really small, but I use this all the time and I have not hit pan on any of them. There's still a lot of product left, and I just don't really think anyone hits pan on highlighters or blushes that often anyway, so I really love this palette. And if you have not tried an Hourglass powder yet, I'm telling you guys, this stuff is beautiful on your skin. And then I have 2 setting powders I've been loving. This is also what I use to bake my face. The first one is from NYX. It's the color correcting powder in the shade Banana, and it has a light yellow color to it, so hence the color correcting, and it comes in like a loose powder form with a sifter. I like to just use my beauty blender to pick this up, and then I pat it on my face and then I brush it away. And I really like to use this one because it brightens up my under eye area. The other one I have is from Laura Mercier. This one is the translucent loose setting powder. This one is just a crowd favorite. I learned about it from YouTube, of course, and I picked it up to try and I love it. It is a huge container of translucent powder. Again, it comes with a sifter, and once you brush it away, it's undetectable, so your concealer and your foundation just stays put really well. So I like them both a lot. And then next are probably one of my favorite beauty products, and these are highlighting powders, and I think a lot of other people will agree, but these were everywhere this past year. Companies were coming out with these like every other second, and I was eating it up because I love these. So I have 4 I want to mention. First, I have 2 from Becca, of course, and the first one is Opal, which is one of my all-time favorites. I always go back to this one. It's a warmer pale rose gold, and Becca's Shimmering Skin Perfectors are super pigmented, so you only need a tiny bit of this on your brush and your entire face will be glowing. So I absolutely love this. And then the other one I have is from the Jaclyn Hill collab with Becca, and it's her Champagne Pop color, and this is a warm toned lighter champagne gold, and they're both absolutely gorgeous. I have yet to find something similar to Becca's powders, and I literally just shoved my fingernail into this one, so great. Why? And now my chair is glowing, and so is my hand. Look at this. Oh my god. That is gorgeous though. Okay, I just had to go wash my hand, fix my eyelashes because they keep coming up at the corners, and reapply foundation to my nose because my nose is so red from like non-stop wiping it and blowing it. So I need to take medicine and go to bed, guys. But I'm gonna get through the rest of this video, I promise. So moving on to the other highlighters that I have. This one is actually from Ofra, and I have not yet mentioned it in a video yet, and this one is called the Blush Stripes Illuminating, that's what it says. But it's a highlighting powder that comes with 4 stripes of different colors, and the top 2 are more warmer gold and the bottom 2 are cooler like silver. So I like to mix these together, or I take a smaller highlighting brush and I just use the top 2 first, and then I'll layer the cooler tone silver right at the highest point of my cheeks, and that creates a lot of dimension for your highlight. So I love this highlighting powder. I haven't really heard a whole lot about it, but they're super pigmented. It gives you a really gorgeous glow. And the last one I have is from Bobbi Brown. This one is their highlighting powder in Pink Glow. I have been using this non-stop ever since I got it. It's just one that I reach for like on a daily basis. This is a very noticeable kind of highlight. It has 2 colors swirled in together. It's kind of like a lighter pale rose gold with a silver cool tone white, and it is just gorgeous on your skin. I really like this. If you're looking for a very noticeable highlight, I would say check this one out. It is a little bit more on the higher priced side because I think this was around $45 or so. Okay, some more face stuff. I have some primers and setting sprays. So first, these are from Benefit. I just talked about these in a recent video, so I will link it down below. But it's the Professional Primer. I've used this a ton in my other videos and I love it. And the newest one is their Matte Rescue. So I like to use these together, and it just gives your skin like the perfect surface to work on. So check these out. And then I have a few setting sprays. The first one is the MAC Fix Plus. This one is just my go-to. I've been using this for a long time. The other one that I've been using a lot is my Smashbox Photofinish Primer Water. This one also works really well. And then finally is the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. I also did a whole review video on this product as well, which I will link down below, but this really gives you a very dewy kind of look to your skin if that's what you want. I don't use this a ton because I don't need to look dewy all the time, but it seriously makes your skin look like it's glowing. Okay, now let's talk about foundations. I have so many foundations that I loved this year. So let me just start with this one. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. I absolutely love this for a drugstore foundation. It gives you a very nice demi-matte finish. It wears well throughout the day, and I travel with this all the time because it's very easy to travel with and you don't have to worry about it leaking or anything like that. And then a couple other ones from the drugstore. This is the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Liquid Makeup. I've talked about this so much in the past. This one was the one that I always used from the drugstore, so I love this. And then another one that's a little bit newer, this is from Maybelline. It's the Dream Velvet Foundation, and I've been using this almost every single day, so love this. This is also another one that's really nice to travel with. And the last drugstore one I have is another one from L'Oreal. It's their True Match Lumi Cushion. I absolutely love the Cushion Foundation. It's so easy to use, and I love that it comes with a compact, and it just gives you a really nice dewy natural skin-like finish. And then for my higher end foundation, I have my Makeup Forever Ultra HD, and this one is very long wearing, and it keeps me matte throughout the day, so I love this. And I also love that this one comes with a pump. Another one that keeps me really matte is my Tarte Amazonian Clay Full Coverage Foundation. This one I would say is the heavier of most of them, and it's kind of like a thicker cream consistency. And my last one is one of my favorites at the moment. It's the Lancome Tint Idol Ultra 24-hour makeup. I cannot pronounce that, but I am wearing it right now and it just wears really nicely. Another one that doesn't make me look oily or shiny, but it gives me a very natural skin-like finish. And this one is actually like a throwback foundation from when I used to use it like years and years ago, so I kind of just like rediscovered it again and I love it. And then now for concealers, I am a huge concealer junkie and I really feel like I found some that I really like. So first, is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer, and this one I talk about all the time, but I have two shades that I love. The one that I use a lot is the Light Neutral. It really helps to brighten up my under eyes and it corrects my dark circles, and it's a nice coverage without it being super heavy. And I love, love, love the doe foot applicator on this because it makes applying it so much easier, and then I just blend it out with a beauty blender. The other one I have is Light Warm, which is the lightest shade that they have, and it has a slight yellow tone to it, which is why I wanted to get it to brighten up my under eyes even more. I don't use this on a daily basis, and sometimes I like to mix them together, but if I need a little bit more brightening, I will use it on its own. And then this one is the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye. If you're looking for a super, super heavy duty concealer, this is gonna be it. And I have it in the shade Neutral Medium. This is one that I recommended to my mom and she loves it. She has really bad dark circles, which is where I inherited from. But this is a very, very long wearing concealer. It's a little bit on the heavier and thicker side. It comes in a little squeezy tube, and honest to God, you only need like the smallest dot of this and you will cover a lot. And the last one I want to mention is from Makeup Forever. These are their new Ultra HD Invisible Cover Concealers, and I have two that I like to use. It's in shade Y23 and Y31, and I think the Y is for their like slight yellow undertone. But these work really, really great. Again, it has really good coverage. It's not too heavy feeling. So now for brows, I only have two products that I want to mention, and the first one is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil, and this one I have been using forever. I've gone through at least like 9 or 10 of these, and this one right now that I'm using is in the color Espresso. I've also used Ash Brown and Taupe. Those shades work well with darker hair colors, but I love the super, super skinny fine tip on these pencils, and there's also a spoolie attached to the other end. And for me personally, I just find that brow pencils like these work really well, and they create a softer, more natural looking brow. And then the other one that I've been loving is from IT Cosmetics. It's their Brow Power Pencil, and it's in the shade Universal Medium Brown. I also use the other shade in Universal Taupe, and both shades work really well. And again, it's a super, super fine tip, and on the other end has a spoolie. So they're very similar products, but I find the IT Cosmetics one lasts a little bit longer on my brows. I also think I use a little less product with the IT Cosmetics one, so even though the NYX one is a lot more inexpensive, I go through these like crazy, whereas this one kind of lasts me a little bit longer. So let's tackle eyeshadows and eyeshadow palettes. I have a few that I've been loving, and if you guys have been watching my tutorials a lot, you probably can guess which ones they are, but let me start off with the bigger ones first so I can get them out of the way. So of course I have the Morphe palettes. These I just feel like are the craze this year, and one of them being the 35O palette. This I had to snag. At first I wasn't gonna get it because I'm like, I have way too many warm eyeshadows as it is, but honestly this palette is used on a daily basis. I have all the colors I need in here. I travel with this, which is why it's like all beat up. One of the shadows broke, unfortunately. But these eyeshadows are amazing quality. They are super pigmented, and you can create so many different looks with just one palette. I love that there's mattes, metallics, and shimmers in this. There's just so much you can do with this palette, and honestly I've been using this so much. I'm wearing it on my eyes today, but you honestly can't go wrong with this palette. And I know it's kind of hard to get a hold of because it keeps selling out every time they restock it, but there's a good reason why. And I don't have a coupon code because I'm not affiliated with them, but if you Google it, I'm sure you can find something. They're already super, super affordable as it is. I think this palette was like maybe $15 or $20, I can't remember for sure, but very, very affordable for the amount of eyeshadows you get. This is another one. It's the 35N palette, and this has a mixture of cool tones and warm tones, and another one that I use a lot. So I love the quality of these Morphe eyeshadow palettes, and I think it's just a really great value. And two other big favorites here on YouTube are the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palettes, and this one is the original. I absolutely love the formula for the Too Faced eyeshadows. They are very, very pigmented and they blend very well. And I originally picked this up because I really liked the mixture of the soft neutral colors mixed in with some purples and plums, and that is like right up my alley. So of course I had to pick up the semi-sweet chocolate bar as well, and this one has more neutral shades in them and a little bit more warmer compared to the original. And both of the palettes have mattes and shimmers in it, so it has a good combination of different eyeshadows that you can play around with, and I've used these a lot in my other videos as well. And speaking of warm eyeshadows, this is the Kat Von D Shade and Sunlight eyeshadow palette. And again, it's another one of those warm neutral eyeshadow palettes that I really didn't think I would need because I have plenty, but everybody and their moms were raving about this palette, so I had to pick it up to try it out, and now I understand why. The Kat Von D eyeshadows have an amazing formula. They are really creamy where they blend beautifully, and they're incredibly pigmented. I have not found any other eyeshadows that are similar to Kat Von D's. She has some kind of magic in these. This entire palette is super wearable. You can use it for day or night, and all of these eyeshadows are matte. And if you love neutral warm eyeshadows, you have to own this. And then my newest love is from Tarte. It's the Tartelette in Bloom palette, and it comes with 12 different eyeshadows. And I love the pinky plum colors in this palette, and the metallic shimmery shadows are super shimmery, and I love to mix a little bit of MAC Plus with it, and it just looks amazing on the eyes. It's another palette that I really like to travel with because you can do so much with one palette. So I really like this one when I want to do a more like girly romantic look with the plums and pinks. Last but not least are the ColourPop Super Shock eyeshadows, and these are the individual eyeshadows that they have for $5 each, and I cannot tell you how amazing these are. They have a really interesting texture to them. They feel almost cream-like, but they're not creams. It's kind of hard to describe, but they are incredibly pigmented, and I like to use my finger or a Q-tip to apply them, or if you save those like disposable sponge eyeshadow applicators, they apply these eyeshadows really well. And their metallics and ultra metallic eyeshadows are some of the most shimmery eyeshadows I've ever seen. They are just so beautiful on, and they also have pearlized and matte finish eyeshadows as well. But for the price of $5 each, these are seriously amazing, and I think everybody needs to check them out. But ColourPop as a brand in general, I've just been loving this past year, which brings me to their lippies, and these are the ColourPop Ultra Matte Lips as well as their lippy sticks, and I have done an entire swatch video for both products. I will link them down below. Their Ultra Matte Lips are super crazy pigmented and long wearing, and I have a lot of them, and I'm gonna get more because they are only $6 each. And their lippy sticks are just as amazing. These are creamy lipsticks. They're comfortable on the lips and they wear very well, and their color selection is crazy. So check out what they have on the website. They also carry some other things I haven't tried yet, but I'm excited to get some more of these to add to my little collection that I have going on. But for the price and the quality of these products, I just think that the brand is doing something right, and I really like what they have out so far. And a couple other lip products that I've been wearing a lot, especially in my Instagram pictures, and you guys have been asking about. The first ones I have are from MAC, and these are their matte finish lipsticks. The first one is Velvet Teddy, which is on my lips right now. It's just a nice warm like brownie nude color, which I have been really into lately, as you guys can tell. The other one is very similar. It's their newer shade in Persistence. This one is slightly more darker brown, but still kind of like a brownie red. And then from the drugstore, I have the Maybelline Vivid Matte Liquid Lipstick, and it's in the color Nude Thrill. I love this color. The formula is a more like creamy, moussey formula, so it doesn't feel dry on the lips, but it does have a nice matte finish. This is a perfect nude color for every day, and I just love it. And I did wear it in one of my most recent videos, which I will link down below. And then for lip liners, I have some from NYX. These two are my favorite. I use these a lot, and I have it in the color Natural and Nude, and these are pretty close in color, but I do like them when I'm doing like a brownie nude lip, and these just work really well, and they're super affordable, so I love to use these with my MAC lipsticks. So now let's talk about eyes, and I have been struggling so bad to find a waterproof eyeliner that would last long on my eyes because I have the most sensitive, watery eyes on the planet Earth. I normally don't carry makeup with me to touch up throughout the day because I just don't want to do that, but I have to carry an eyeliner with me because I know my eyeliner will run throughout the day and I look like a hot mess. So the first one is actually from the drugstore. It's from Jessie's Girl. I got this from Gen Beauty, I believe, and I was really surprised by this eyeliner. I haven't ever tried any other Jessie's Girl product, but this works really well. It's very black, and it has a very pointed, precise brush tip, so it goes on really easily, and I've just run out. And next to my other favorite, which is the Stila liquid eyeliner, which I've run out of, so I don't have it here to show you guys. This one is a little bit better because I feel like it lasts a little bit longer on my eyes. I do like the Stila one. I've repurchased it like 3 different times, but I just wanted to try something else because even though it says it's waterproof, it's not waterproof for me. So the newest one I've been trying trying out is from Dolly Wink, and it doesn't say it's waterproof, but I do find that it does last pretty long on my eyes. And again, it has a very pointed, precise brush tip. I prefer the brush tip applicators for liquid eyeliners because they just kind of glide on really easily. And this Dolly Wink one has a very, very fine tip, so you can create a very thin line if you wanted to. And then moving on to mascara and lashes. First, I have the Benefit Roller Lash. This is honestly my top favorite mascara. I absolutely love how this coats my lashes. There's no flaking, and I just feel like the applicator helps to push my lashes up once the mascara is on, so it eliminates the need for curlers because I absolutely hate lash curlers. So I really like this mascara. And then another one is also from Benefit. It's the They're Real mascara, and I really like the brush on this. The end of this brush has like a spiky ball to it, so you can really get into your inner corners, and I've been using this one for a while. My newest favorite is from IT Cosmetics. This is just a little like travel size one. This one is the Hello Lashes mascara, and this also has a very similar applicator to the They're Real mascara. The end of it has a spiky ball, and this one is slightly more flexible, so I really like to use this to wiggle in the product onto my lashes. But all three of these work really well for my lashes. For me, I need something that gives me volume and length, and my lashes stick straight out normally, so I can't have something that like weighs my lashes down, you know? So I really like the formula of these. And then last but not least, I wanted to mention my falsies that I've been wearing non-stop in every single video, and you guys always comment on them, and these are from Superficial by Sophia. The ones that I have on my eyes are my all-time favorite, which are called Snob. These are mink lashes. I have the whole collection because it is a brand that my friend created, and I will link her website down below. But hands down, my favorite mink lashes of all time. I've used these so many times and they've held up really well. So these are my go-to lashes. I wear these when I'm going out, if I go to an event, especially when I'm filming or doing tutorials, I'm using these lashes. And I'm not just saying that because she's my friend. These are actually amazing quality mink lashes, and if you guys want to check it out, I will leave a link down below. And then my other favorite falsies are from the drugstore. These are by the brand Kiss, and I have a ton of these as backups because they have so many different styles, and I really like to play around with these. These are also really lightweight, and they are more natural looking. They have a tapered end, so they don't have like the really blunt like fake lash look that a lot of other drugstore falsies have. So I highly recommend these. And for lash glue, I use the Esquito Companion Long Lasting Bond, and this one I've been using forever, and I think I'm almost out, but I love that it comes with a little brush applicator. It makes it so much easier, and this glue does not have that stinky latex smell because I hate that smell, which is why I do not use the duo glues. But I think this glue holds up really well throughout the day. And I think that is all for my 2015 beauty favorites. I feel like I might have left something out because I tried to go really quickly, but I will be doing a separate video for skincare as I mentioned, so keep an eye out for that. Let me know in the comments below what some of your favorites are from this past year, or if you guys want to see a specific video or a tutorial using any of the products that I mentioned. And don't forget to check out my links for my Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram, which are linked down below. And I wanted to mention I will be at Gen Beauty LA next week, so I hope I'll see some of you guys there. But until then, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!